Shri Chaitanya-charitamrta ki jai. Srila Bhakti Rakha Sridhar Dev Goswami Maharaj ki jai. Srila Bhakti Sundar Govinda Dev Goswami Maharaj ki jai. Shri Chaitanya-charitamrta Acharya Vrinda ki jai. Okay, so Chaitanya-charitamrita, third chapter, acceptance of the favorable. Anukulyasya sankalpa, and words of nectar from the devotees. Sri Bhakta Vachanamritam. This is verse 10. Thank you, Prabhu. So Srila Guru Maharaj's introductory note to the shloka that he's given. Sadhu sangat sarva eva sulabham. Only by the association of pure devotees, sadhu sangha, is everything happily achieved. And the Sanskrit verse given by the sages of Naimisharanya, headed by Shonaka Rishi. Tulayama lavena na swargam napur bhavam. Bhagavat Sangi Sangasya Martyanam King Utashishaha Sri Samakadinam, which is the sages of Naimisharanya, headed by Shonaka Rishi. The attainment of heaven or liberation cannot even slightly compare with the immeasurable fortune gained by the association of an associate of the Supreme Lord. What then can be said of the petty dominion and assets of mortal men? So, the sages of Naimisharanya, telling us things of this world, even the things of the heavenly regions, which are like beyond our grasp in terms of the enjoyment that is had there, and even beyond that is the experience of becoming completely detached from the material energy and realizing one is spirit. Even that is the beginning stage of Satchit Ananda, but even that is nothing compared to just the association of an associate of the Supreme Lord. So we've all, had some contact with great Vaishnavas, and, based on that contact, maybe our consciousness has enabled us to get, 1/1000th of what's actually there. But it's still so powerful that we're gradually, by their increasing grace, able to withdraw from the material world. So this is just our, the sages of Naimisharanya and us reading it, given by Srila Guru Maharaj, gives us like a context for understanding what's reality and how we can view reality. That, there's so many things that are beyond our grasp and beyond our reach, and yet, in terms of our current perception, but even that is nothing compared to what is our prospect. And this is what our gurus tell us, this is what the Shastra tell us, this is what the sadhus tell us. Guru, sadhu, Shastra is like the indication of reality. So, as far as we possibly can, we try to follow those like they give us signposts, like a signpost on a road, London 40 kilometers or something. So they give us like indications, both in our heart and in like what Srila Sridhar Maharaj is giving in this Prapanna-jivanamritam. They give us indications of what our destination is, and simultaneously through prayer to Chaitya Guru, who's in the heart, seated, through our Diksha contact, he's seated in our heart next to Paramatma, and he's helping us come in contact with Paramatma. So with our prayer to the Guru within our heart, we can gradually be shown with clarity the prospect of our destination, the happy prospect that we have, which will enable us, just like perceiving that prospect not in a mental way or an intellectual way, but feeling what our gurus are like indicating to us. They're indicating it to us through words, but there's like a higher transmission going on. That they're indicating it to us through words, but they're trying to convey us their heart's experience. And as we serve, we begin to open our hearts and receive that transmission that comes from our gurus. So Guru Maharaj is giving this verse, spoken by the sage of Naimisharanya, headed by Shaunaka Rishi, saying that their first perception is there's nothing in this world, there's nothing beyond this world. What is there but connection with the Supreme Personality of Godhead? So many of them are pure and know this. And of course, Shaunaka Rishi is a transcendental personality. So they know what reality is, and we have to hear it and try to let the truth kind of sink in spite of our attachments to the temporary world. Let's see. I'll read one more verse. This is Shloka 11, and this is from a verse from Sri Prabhuda, who I'm not sure who that is. Prabhuda. I don't remember if I ever knew. So Guru Maharaj's introductory stanza, Guru Padasraya Eva Mukya. And the translation is, of all sadhu sangha, the foremost is service of the lotus feet of the bona fide spiritual master, or Sadguru. Sadguru, the one who knows Sad, eternity. He's eternal, he's transcendental, and once having connected with him, he stays with us and helps us, like a father who helps us along the way. We learn how to walk by the grace of the Father, and we learn how to talk, and so many things. The Father and the Mother are with us. So similarly, Sadguru really is the representation of our Divine Mother, Srimati Radharani. But in that, representing Srimati Radharani, obviously Krishna is included. So the Father and the Mother help us to increase in sadhu sangha. That means like heartfelt exchange amongst the devotees. That's the reality of existence that we are beginning to touch on. So we're fortunate to have people of a like ideal, who inside want the same thing as us, and we try to work together to help each other to reach that ideal. So this verse by Sri Prabodha is Sanskrit. Tasmad Guru Prapadyeta Jigyasu Shreyam Uttamam Shabde Pare Cha Nishatam Brahmanyu Pashamashrayam. So thus, a person in search of the ultimate good should surrender to the Guru who knows well the Vedic scriptures, Shabda Brahman, and the Supreme Absolute Lord, Para-Brahman, and for whom the mundane world holds no charm whatsoever. So that, you can tell the Vaishnavas, the Paramahansa Vaishnavas, because they have like complete love for us. You can see it in their eyes, and yet simultaneously they're not interested in anything material. They only have the spiritual substance to give. And that's the grace of the Vaishnavas and the grace of our opportunity to come in connection with the line of such great Vaishnavas, that they have the capacity to give to us, like Krishna says in the Gita, proportionate to the degree to which we surrender, so things are revealed. So the Guru, by making connection with Sri Guru, we begin to practice, to develop our loving reciprocal relationship ultimately with the Lord through the service of Srimati Radharani. So our Guru gives us love, we feel that love, and we return it as best we can. And he feels our attempt to return it and gives us more encouragement and more feeling of love within. And because the Guru is Sadguru, he's eternal, that relationship continues even when he disappears from this world, even though, the true fact is there's a reason why Gurus do come down to this plane, because it has more effect on the consciousness of conditioned souls when the Guru is directly present. How that works exactly, I don't know. I don't remember reading clearly what that is, but we know that the presence and the potency of the direct connection, even in a physical sense, enhances the potency of the spiritual connection for us. Of course, it doesn't matter for the Guru, but he's so kind that he takes on the burden of, an apparently external form, and accepts the, like Srila Prabhupada tells us in Nectar of Devotion, Bhakti-rasamrita Sindhu, his summary study, that when the Guru descends, he puts himself in the stage of Madhyama Adhikari. And that's the stage of a struggle, where there's still some identification with the body, because that's the only way he can relate to his disciples. Because the Uttama Adhikari already has Krishna. He has no reason. Everything's going on by Krishna's will. There's no reason for him to descend or do anything, because Krishna is the controller. Everything, including the material modes of nature, is going on under his control. So, there's no reason. But under the instruction of his Guru, or the instruction of Krishna himself, the Vaishnavas come down to a plane far above us, of course, but still that's in contact with the energy that we're in, so that we can make connection with him. Otherwise, it's not possible to connect when we're in the conditioned state. The Guru is carrying the potency of pure spiritual essence, but he reaches down to the fallen souls. And of course, according to their Sukriti and other preliminary internal developments, their capacity for seeing and understanding who that personality is that they're coming in touch with them, varies. But nonetheless, the Guru does descend, and even he may be, have come to show pastimes apparently in connection with the external energy. Still, the disciple always views his Guru as an agent of the Lord who's been sent here. And whatever went on before was just to provide an encouragement for the souls who are in a similar position. You know, for the God brothers, it may be a different view, but for the disciple, it's always like that. Is that understood? Yeah, Didi? Okay. Prabhu?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, Jai. Shri Prabhupada Jivanamritam ki Jai. Srila Bhakti Rakhak Sridhar Dev Goswami Maharaj ki Jai. Jai Jai Shri Chaitanya Jai Nityananda Jai Advaita Chandra Jai Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Jai Shri Chaitanya-charitamrta ki Jai. Srila Krishna Ras Kaviraj Goswami Maharaj ki Jai. Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj Prabhupada ki Jai. Srila Bhakti Rakhak Sridhar Dev Goswami Maharaj ki Jai. Srila Bhakti Sundar Govinda Dev Goswami Maharaj ki Jai. Okay. I meet the Lord Narayan. Okay, the Purushas. Let me just find where I always forget the sloka number.
Raj, would you say the number of the chapter, the number of the shloka you're reading? So I can...
Oh, okay. Yeah, let me. Okay. Karnana Zakashai Vishnu. Okay. Okay, so. Okay, we'll start with verse 43. We'll read the English first like Madhusudana Maharaj does. That's nice. Then we can go back to the Sanskrit and start to pick up on some of the Sanskrit words. O my Lord, O Supreme Personality of Godhead, kindly hear my third reason. Okay, he's listing reasons why the Supreme Lord is beyond the material nature, manifests the material nature through the descent of the three Purushas who are Karanadakashai Vishnu, Mahavishnu, Garbhodakashai Vishnu, who is in each universe, one Garbhodakashai Vishnu in each universe, laying on the ocean of milk, and then Kshirodakashai Vishnu, who is within each universe, in the heart of the living beings. And Karanadakashai Vishnu, Mahavishnu manifests the unlimited numbers of universes. So Kaviraj Goswami is in the process of proving that all these things have come about by the agency of Narayan through Shankarshan, and then the manifestation of the Vishnu forms, and Vishnu glancing over the material energy, the production of Lord Shiva, and the connection with the material energy through Lord Shiva. Okay, 43. Okay. Kindly hear my third reason. There are countless universes and fathomless transcendental Vaikunthas. So both Ananta Brahmanda, countless universes, Bahu Vaikuntha Dhamma, and unlimited Vaikuntha planets. Tritiya, the third, Karana, the reason, Shuna, please hear. Sri Bhagavan, O Personality of Godhead. This is Brahma speaking in his prayers to Krishna after Brahma was bewildered by Krishna when he tried to steal the cows in the story in the Krishna book. Okay, so 44. Both in this material world and in the transcendental world, you see all the deeds of all the living beings in the past, present, and future. Since you are the witness of all such deeds, you know the essence of everything. We already read this, but I'll just go over it. Ite yatra jiva tara try kalika karma. I think we did read it. Tahadeka sakshi tumi jnana sabha marma. Yeah, marma, the essence. We talked about it yesterday. So marma is the essence, and Sulakshana Didi was telling us that it's sometimes translated as mystery, which also fits. Like, you know the essence, you know the mystery of the universe, how all the universes come into being. Okay. We'll just scoot through these. I think maybe we stopped there. I'm not sure though. Okay. 45. All the worlds exist because you oversee them. None can live, move, or have their being without your supervision. Tomara darshane sarva jagatera sthiti tumi na dekila karu nahi sthiti goti. All the worlds exist because you oversee them. Darshana, that's like when the Lord sees them, He also has power over them. It said that the Lord's senses and, apparent, perception through mind or whatever it is, have interchangeable potency. So when He sees, He also does so many things, and feels and experiences and smells. Everything is there in the perception of the Lord. So darshani, that's his, Prabhupada translates as oversee. Sarva jagatera sthiti, the maintenance of all the jagatera, the universes. Na dekila, in not seeing, there is nothing that nahi sthiti, nothing that stays or moves except by you. So 46. English. You oversee the wanderings of all living beings. For this reason also, you are the primeval Lord Narayan. Narera ayana yaite kara darshana. Ta heteo how tumi mula Narayan. Yeah. So mula, original. It also, I'm quite sure it means root. The root of the tree is the origin, the source of the tree. So Mula Narayan, you're the original Narayan. You put all living beings into motion, and you yate kara darshana. You see, you oversee, again, darshana, oversee. You oversee all living beings. Therefore, you are Narayan. (47) Krishna said, Brahma, I cannot understand what you are saying. Lord Narayan is he who sits in the hearts of all living beings and lies down in the waters of the Karana ocean. So Krishna is playing with Brahma. Krishna takes the role of the simple gopa who doesn't really understand all these things, just to bewilder Brahma even more. Krishna kahena Brahma tomara na buji vachana. Brahma, I don't understand what you're saying. Jiva hriday jale vaishe se Narayana. Narayana is the one who jiva hriday sits in the hearts of all the jivas. And jale, in the water, he sits there also. So what's going on here? Narayan is this person. Brahma replied, what I have said is true. The same Lord Narayan, who lives on the waters and in the hearts of all living beings, is but a plenary portion of you, Krishna. So Brahma's answering Krishna's play by insisting, this is the case, you already showed it to me, so don't play with me anymore. Have I read the Sanskrit? No, I don't think so. Do you know? No, okay. Brahma kahe, jale jive ye narayana, se sabha tomara angsha, e satya vachana. Okay, Brahma kahe, Brahma says, jale jiva, later he says, e satya vachana, what I said is true. The Lord who lives in the waters and in the heart, say sabha tumara angsha, tomara, your angsha, your, Prabhupada translated as plenary portion. Angsha is also known as limb, plenary portion.
What does it mean?
Plenary means like partial, but it implies a little bit more than partial. Something like that, yeah. A satya vachana. What you know, this is true, what I have said. Then, 49, the Karana Dakashai Vishnu, Garbo Dakashai Vishnu, and Chiro Dakashai Vishnu forms of Narayan all create in cooperation with the material energy. In this way, they are attached to Maya. Okay. Karanabdi Garbodaka Kshirodaka Shai. Maya Dware Shrishti Kore Tate Sabha Mai. Okay. Karana Abdi, Karanakshai Vishnu, Garba Udaka, Garbodaka. Kshira Udaka Shai, Kshira Udaka Shai Vishnu. Okay. Maya Dvare, within the material energy, all these things are created, Shrishti, all these things are created, therefore, Tate, Sabha, all are connected with Maya, the material energy, Maya, the illusion. So, so here it's being, established that through Narayan, these Vishnu forms come out and they create the living beings. They bring the living beings into the material energy and create the world in connection with the illusory energy Maya. So 50. These three Vishnus lying in the water are the supersoul of everything. The supersoul of all universes is known as the first Purusha. This answers our question about the Purushas. Purushas definitely are the three Vishnus. Okay. Se Tina Jala, Shai Sarva Antaryami, Brahmanda Brindera Atma Ye Purusha Nami. So, pretty straight. These three, Tina, Jala, Shai, lying in the water, Sarva Antaryami, of all beings, they're the super soul in the heart. Brahmanda, of the universes, Brahmanda Brindera, of multiple, many universes, that super soul is known as the first Purusha, Ye Purusha Nami. Okay, 51. Garbhodakashai Vishnu is the super soul of the aggregate of living entities, and Kshirodakashai Vishnu is the super soul of each individual living being. So, Garbhodakashai Vishnu is laying in the ocean, and the aggregate of all the living beings means when they all like come together in a partial annihilation at the end of a day of Brahma, or a full annihilation at the end of a life of Brahma, they all come together into an aggregate. And at that time, somehow or other, probably at all times, the Garbhodakashayi Vishnu is the soul within that aggregate. But when the living beings come out and again assume individual identities, the Kshirodakashayi Vishnu is the one who's in their hearts. So Kaviraj Goswami is going into great detail to establish this, just to cement the understanding and the faith of the reader in the fact that Krishna is ultimately the supreme, and from him comes Narayan and all the universes. And then he'll go on to say how Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is this Krishna. So he's right here. He was right here on this planet, teaching us. It was Krishna himself giving this amazing stuff. So he's like laying the foundation so that there'll be no doubt that people who may doubt Mahaprabhu will be like shattered by Kaviraj Goswami's explanation. Okay, 50. Oh, I didn't read the Bengali. Hiranya Garbhera Atma Garbhodakashayi Vyasti Jiva Antaryami Kshirodakashayi. Okay, Hiranyagarbha, the aggregate of all living beings. Garbha, womb, Hiranya, golden.
Antaryami? Antaryami, what is it?
Antaryami is the super soul who is Kshirodakashayi Vishnu. This Hiranyagarbha Atma is the soul of the Hiranyagarbha is Garbhodakashayi Vishnu. Hiranyagarbhera Atma, Garbhodakashayi, Vyasti Jiva Antaryami Kshirodakashayi. So the Antaryami, the super soul, the soul Anta within, is Kshirodakashayi Vishnu. 52. Let me just see this. Oh yeah. E Subhara Darshaneti Ache Maya Ganda Turiya Krishnara Nahi Mayara Sambandha. Oops, I should have read the English first. Specifically, we see that these Purushas have a relationship with Maya, but above them, in the fourth dimension, is Lord Krishna, who has no contact with the material energy. So, Maya Turiya, the fourth. Somehow Srila Prabhupada has translated in that way, based on the contemporary understanding at his time of dimensions and stuff.
What is the Sanskrit name for it?
It says Turiya, but I don't. Do you know what that means, Didi? It doesn't mean fourth, I don't think. Turiya. Turiya.
Bharati Maharaj was giving class about this Turiya. So there's three, I think, if I'm not wrong, there's three modes of material nature, and Turiya is something appropriate.
Above it, yeah. Yeah, so anyway, Prabhupada translated it as fourth dimension, but actually it's the spiritual realm that's above all the dimensions. Okay. So all the, Prabhupada's purport says, all the three Purushas, those three Vishnus, have a relationship with the material energy, because through that material energy, Maya, they create the material cosmos. Okay. And they're able to implant the living entities into the material energy because all of them are somehow attracted to the affairs of the material energy. Okay. And so there's, because they have that relationship, even though it like we were talking yesterday, it goes through their glance manifests as, was it Rudra? Yeah, Lord Shiva, but there's a specific name for that glance. Shambhu, yeah, Shambhu. And then the material energy produces all the, the living beings are produced in that way. But because of that connection, they're not on the highest level like Narayan and ultimately Krishna. This is what Kaviraj is saying. Actually, it's not Kaviraj, it's a quote from Brahma. Okay, 53. In the material world, the Lord is designated as Virat, Hiranyagarbha, and Karana. But beyond these three designations, the Lord is ultimately Turiyam. In the fourth dimension, ultimately transcendental, whatever. Virat manifestation, Hiranyagarbha, the Hiranyagarbha manifestation, that's the aggregate. Karana, Chaiti, Jai Mahaprabhu. So Karana Dakashai Vishnu is there. There's designations in the material world, sorry. Virat, Hiranyagarbha, and Karana. Virat is manifestation, Hiranyagarbha is that aggregate, and Karana is the, I think it's the manifest living entities. And Brahma is saying beyond that is the fourth region, which is where Krishna is. And Virat, the phenomenal, temporary manifestation of the Supreme Whole, Hiranyagarbha, the numinous soul of everything, and Karana, the cause or causal nature, are all but designations of the Purushas, who are responsible for the material creation. These are designations and positions that are related to the creation of the material world. Therefore, beyond the material world is this Turiya, this fourth dimension, as Prabhupada says. And he says this is from Sridhar Swami's commentary on the 11th canto, 15th chapter, verse 16 of Srimad Bhagavatam. So Srila Prabhupada is drawing this from various commentaries. He would sit with his dictaphone and look at the different commentaries that were mostly in Bengali, had been translated into Bengali from Sanskrit, and some from Sanskrit, some commentaries directly in Bengali. I think Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, maybe Baladev Vidyabhushan. I think Saraswati Thakur also did a short commentary on the Bhagavatam. So Prabhupada combined all these and made his purports. Their explanations were combined by Srila Prabhupada into his purports, and he added, stuff that was relevant to the, that current situation at the time he was doing it. Okay. So maybe one or two more verses. So 54, although these three features of the Lord deal directly with the material energy, none of them are touched by it. They are all beyond illusion. Yadyapi tinera maya laya vyavahara tatapi tat sparsha nahi sabe maya para. It's like poetry. Okay. So tinera maya laye vyavahara dealings. These three features deal with maya, the material energy. Tatapi, still, the sparsha, the touch, sabhe, of all of them, maya para, is beyond the material energy. Maya para. Okay, so somehow, it seems to be contradictory, but previously he stated that they are in contact with the illusory energy through the creation, therefore they're below the position of Narayan and Krishna, but at the same time, now he's saying they're beyond the illusion, even though they're participating in the creation of the illusion. Okay, 55. This is the opulence of the Lord. Although situated in the material nature, he is never affected by the modes of nature. Similarly, those who have surrendered to him and fixed their intelligence upon him are not influenced by the modes of nature. Etad ishanam ishaya prakriti sto pi tad gunai na yujyate sadatma stayar yata buddhis tad asraya. Tad asraya, one who has taken shelter. Okay. Etad ishanam ishaya. This is the opulence of the Isha, the Lord. So prakriti sto pitad gunai, although situated in the material nature, prakriti, he is not affected by the modes of material nature. Na yujyate, affected. He's not affected. Sadatma stayar. So those who are situated in his own energy, having surrendered to him, Prabhupada says, Yatabu tis tad ashraya. So they've fixed their intelligence, buddhi, on him as the shelter, ashraya. So Srila Prabhupada tells us, this is from Srimad Bhagavatam, 11th canto, 1st canto, 11th chapter, 38th verse. The spell of material activities does not attract such devotees. You have a cough, Didi, huh? You have a cough.
Yeah, suddenly.
Only morning time, or is it from cold or something?
No, from yesterday, my throat was
Oh, okay. Okay.
some irritation in the throat.
I had some good lozenges I'll give you. Okay. All right. The spell of material activities does not attract such devotees who have given themselves to the Lord and have developed transcendental intelligence. Here Prabhupada says transcendental intelligence, which, elsewhere he's called sumedasa, and which Srila Sridhar Maharaj underlined about the importance of developing sumedasa. And Prabhupada incidentally told us that by drinking milk, the finer tissues of the brain are nourished, and one is able then to develop transcendental intelligence. I just wrote in Facebook about these guys who wanted to devotees saying that we should all be vegans. So I just said, Srila Prabhupada told us like this, so discussion closed. They didn't like that. Okay. We'll do one more. You are the ultimate shelter of these three plenary portions. Thus there is not the slightest doubt that you are the primeval Narayan. Ite ki Sangshaya, no doubt. And what doubt could there be, right? That you are Mula Narayan, here translated primeval, that the original ancient, the source. So, Setina, Janera, these three plenary portions, Tumi Parama Ashraya, you are their ultimate final shelter. So Srila Prabhupada just tells us that Brahma is confirming this. This is interesting. The first Purusha avatar, Mahavishnu, in the causal ocean, who is the creator of the aggregate material energy. You follow that, Didi? Aggregate material energy, yeah?
What is aggregate energy?
Like combined, like they have cement aggregates and stuff like that. Yeah. Okay. Where was I? First Purusha avatar, Mahavishnu, in the causal ocean, who is the creator of the aggregate material energy, is an expansion of Sankarshan. The second Purusha, Garbhodakshai Vishnu, is an expansion of Pradyumna. And the third Purusha, Kshirodakashai Vishnu, is an expansion of Aniruddha. All these are within the category of manifestations of Narayan, who is a manifestation of Sri Krishna. So this is detailed in the Bhagavatam, but apparently, I didn't remember this, but apparently Narayan also has a kind of chatur vyuha, or four expansions which come from Balaram in the spiritual world. There's also the original chatur vyuha, but here it seems to indicate that each Narayan, or maybe the totality of Narayan, has this expansion, which in turn brings about, or what does it say? Is, who, somehow or other they are these Vishnu forms, the expansions of Narayan. So, there's Shankarshan, Pradyumna, Aniruddha, and there's a fourth one. I don't know why the fourth one isn't included. Vasudeva, yeah. Vasudeva or Vasudeva? Vasudeva, huh? Yeah, Vasudeva. Yeah. So somehow Vasudeva is not included, maybe because it's indicative of Narayan, I don't know. But at any rate, these the three Purushas come about as a function of these different forms of Narayan. Shankarshan, Pradyumna, and Aniruddha. Oh, it says here, yeah, Vasudeva. Okay, so any questions? How can you question this?
The whole thing is one thing.
Okay. Jai, Sri Chaitanya-charitamrta ki jai. Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami Maharaj ki jai. Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj Prabhupada ki jai. Srila Bhakti Rakak Sridhar Dev Goswami Maharaj ki jai. Srila Bhakti Sundar Govinda Dev Goswami Maharaj ki jai. Sri Chaitanya Saraswara Acharya Vrinda ki jai.